Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us today on the show. We hope we bring information to you each week as we shoot our connection show here every Monday, actually. And we have different organizations and different people come in to talk about what's important around our broadcast area. We cover about 6 counties, so we cover the trade area for Harrison, and we've always wanted to be a part of the community, and we try to be by having our connection show every week. We have some great organizations and some great entities and institutions here, and we always want to make sure that you know all about what's going on there. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with Dr. Rodney Arnold about the summer movie series at North Arkansas College.
Spring has arrived in the Ozarks. This is Brent Carell inviting you to Carell Family Gardens and Gifts in Harrison. Whether you need an entirely new landscape or simply need a rose to brighten up a corner of your backyard, we have a large selection of trees and shrubs. We also have Harrison's largest selection of pottery, from terracotta clay pots to gorgeous glazed pots in every imaginable color, shape, and size. Perhaps you're looking for garden benches, outdoor pillows, fountains, lanterns, or maybe just the right gift for someone? We have an array of home decor and gift items. Maybe you need something for your young children or grandchildren? We carry a full inventory of fun items to create fairy gardens and yard art. Are you ready to garden? We carry all the spring vegetables and seeds you need to get your garden growing, along with compost and fertilizer. As the weather continues to warm, we'll have a dizzying display of blooming annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, ferns, roses, and hydrangeas. Carell Family Gardens and Gifts is your locally owned garden and home store located at the north end of Goblin Drive at Industrial Park Road.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our guest in the studio to start with today, Dr. Rodney Arnold. Thank you, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Busy time, huh?
It is busy. The semester's winding down.
Yes.
So
graduation and everything coming up here.
Summer will be here before we know it.
It's coming. And you know, Dr. Arnold, you know, we've had such a early spring. It seemed like we didn't have any winter, which we really didn't have much winter.
Pretty mild.
And then all of a sudden we get right into spring, and now, you know, schools are about to be ready to go out, and it just doesn't seem like it would seem like we'll be into summer before we know it. We're almost there.
That is true.
Your summer movie series, let's talk a little bit about that.
You bet.
Is this second or third year?
Third year.
Third year. My gosh,
believe,
we talked about it when you first started it, when you first came, actually. Yeah, and we were talking about that.
Thanks to our presenting sponsors, Cox Communications and the Harrison Convention and Visitors Bureau. This is our third year. Had a really good year last year, and we've got some great movies this coming summer, and we're looking for bigger and better things through the North Arkansas College Summer Movie
Refresh my memory, Rodney. How did you start on this thing?
Well, it was a good idea. You know, we were talking at the college about, you know, how to get more involved in the community. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we had a great facility in the Bill Baker Amphitheater, yes. And, you know, we just thought it'd be a good idea to try to kick it up a notch and try to have a community event where we can bring people on campus, expose them to the college and some of the programs that we have, and get those little tykes familiar and comfortable on a college campus, and maybe 10, 15 years from now they'll pay big dividends for us.
If you haven't been out there, you need to go. The Bill Baker Amphitheater was built, and when they first built it, they had several concerts, and then it kind of went dormant for a while, and nobody's fault. They just didn't use it. But it's the perfect layout, and it's a perfect layout for a movie series like Dr. Arnold and the college is putting on, because you've got the grass knolls up, and you got the seating down below, some fairly limited seating, but you got stair steps all the way up, all the way around it, and you can bring your blanket or your lawn chair or just sit on the grass, and it's a perfect venue.
It is. You know, our last two movies last year, we were right around 2,000 people that came to each of our last two movies. And we have around 750 seats, chairback seats, mm-hmm. down in the lower section. But people, they'll start showing up about 4, 5 o'clock, maybe starting at 8, and they'll start laying out their blankets and they're reserving their spots, because I'm telling you, it is nice and comfortable up on the lawn area whenever you can just have a blanket and lay down and watch a movie.
Have a
good time.
You pick the movies, and if you want to kind of get into maybe some of the things, you try to stay leading edge, because I know you did that last year. And then there's more than just the movie. You play along with
We have a variety of activities. That's true. If I may, I'd like to recognize our movie sponsors.
Absolutely.
Movie sponsors this year is McDonald's of Harrison, Jerry Jackson Realty, Sam Alexander Health Mart Pharmacy, along with North Arkansas Regional Medical Center Foundation.
Very good.
So those are our main sponsors for movies. We've got our popcorn sponsors. We're free movie, free popcorn again this year.
Wow.
We've got 4 popcorn sponsors. Jones Physical Therapy, Miller True Value Hardware, Main Street Merchandise Outlet, and a new one this year is Ozark Refrigeration. So they're helping. And I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of our sponsors.
Go ahead,
okay,
so we can remember. I don't know how you remember them all.
Finally, our movie trivia sponsor is Clay Maxey Ford, so they help us out as well. And our event sponsors, the Harrison Daily Times. And let me see, you got me there. And KHOC 102.9 the city.
Good.
So with our movies, what we try to do is we try to show movies that have already left the movie theaters, but they haven't come out on DVD yet. That's kind of our niche, is what we try to do with everyone. Now, our first one has already been released on DVD. That's on this coming Friday, May 13th.
Okay.
And so it is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's such a huge movie.
Yep.
We thought we had to get started this year with Star Wars. So, we're expecting a crowd of maybe 1,200 to 1,500 people there.
That'd be great.
And we've got a number of activities. We're going to have a costume contest. Just before we're going to have a laser show this year. And we're going to have Darth Vader himself duel with one of our contestants.
Oh, wow.
On stage.
It's going to be interesting to see who wins that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, actually, Jim works with me here. We were talking about the other day about Star Wars, and I've always enjoyed Star Wars, and I guess Disney bought them, and then they're getting ready to have another. I guess the sequels continue on, But it's such a hot product, and everybody likes Star Wars, and the music of Star Wars. If anybody, you wouldn't have to show anything, just put the music up. You know what it's going to be. So, but that's a great theme to kick off with, I think, for the season.
We've got after this one on May 13th, we've got maybe spread out throughout the rest of the summer.
Okay.
I'm going to look at my cheat sheet.
Yes, you go right ahead. Go ahead.
Now, just the dates are set. The movies we've got to confirm, because we have to work with the movie theaters, and they sometimes release them later or sooner than what we anticipate. So
could be some minor changes.
There might be some minor changes, but for the most part, I think we'll be good. June 18th. The rest of these, now the first one on May 13th is a Friday.
Okay.
But for the rest of the summer, they'll be on Saturdays.
Okay.
So June 18th, we're looking at Zootopia.
Okay.
July 23rd will be The Jungle Book. August 27th, we believe, will be Finding Dory. It's a follow-up to Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
And then September 17th is The Secret Lives of Pets. So if you notice, we're kid-friendly this summer.
That's good.
So that's we think that'll be a good approach this year, and so we're excited.
For kids and kids at heart.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to have a number of activities. The one in July, I think we're going to have something pretty neat. Jerry Jackson Realty is going to be our sponsor there, and so I can't give confirmation on what we've got, but we've got some pretty neat activities for our events this year.
For those out there in the viewing audience, you think about my time frame. People back when I was going to school, you had drive-in theaters. Of course, drive-in theaters have unfortunately gone by the wayside in general. We're still lucky we have one in Marshall down in Searcy County, and a lot of people go down there just to say they've been to a drive-in theater. But this is a sit-in theater.
It is.
And I like that because it's the same concept. You're outdoors. You're not inside a big building somewhere.
Right.
You're outdoors, and if the weather cooperates, we are fortunate to live in a wonderful part of the country and community, and in the summer months you can sit out under the stars and enjoy the mild temperatures and have the family there. Kids can get up and run around if they want to, and they're not running in the aisles between the chairs like you
know. Late last fall, I knew we had finally hit critical mass with summer movie series, because admittedly, for a driving force for starting the summer movie series was to also consider it and help, for families that maybe have 3 or 4 kids, to be able to take them to a free movie where, going to the movies these days is
expensive.
Can be relatively expensive when you throw in popcorn and candy and everything. And so, when I saw some Facebook posts from people that I would have thought I would have never guessed that they would have been there or taken their kids, that's when, for me, it changed really from a family get-together to a true community event for not just North Arkansas College, but for Harrison in general. And we've already heard some, unfortunately for Star Wars May 13th, it's a Friday night, and that's going to compete with a lot of local graduations. And we know that, unfortunately, it was really the only weekend in May, the only Friday or Saturday in May that we had that made a lot of sense. And, it's good now that people, my point with this is people, they plan for this.
Yes.
And when we mess up their schedules, they don't like it. They let us know. So now I know. For me, it's great because they want to come. They're vested. And when I put it on graduation night, it wasn't. People let us know about it. And so we'll remember next year.
Well, sometimes you just have to take what you got,
Absolutely.
And May is always a busy month anyway, because the school not only high school graduation, but college graduation. So
we always try to start at the movie series the last 2 weeks of school to get the kids geared up and ready to go for summer. So.
Well, if it's a success, Dr. Arnold and the college, they'll take the credit. If it's not a success, they say, well, we knew we were going to have a few problems here, but that's okay. But it is a fun thing. And it's something, again, as Rodney was talking about, it's something that's for the entire community. It doesn't matter what your financial status is. It's for young and old. It's for everybody that wants to come out and enjoy something. And the thing about North Arkansas College, it's your college. It's our community college here, and this is something that they're doing totally free of charge with some great sponsors help that allows you to take the family out, have free popcorn, meet and rub shoulders with other people.
And we're also we're going to have catering, or catering may be the wrong word. We've got vendors. We're going to have vendors coming in. So we feel like our food selection is going to be significantly better than it's been for the last year or two.
Fantastic.
One of my favorite things is always, when I go to Silver Dollar City, I always get a funnel cake. And we have not had funnel cakes, but we're having funnel cakes this year, and I'm going to have the first one every movie.
Well, if you have funnel cakes, how can you go wrong?
Absolutely.
That's about as outdoors as you can get. But hey, listen, Dr. Arnold, we appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you
so much. It's always nice to have Dr. Arnold come in, and this is a third year for the summer movie series at North Arkansas College at the Pavilion. Don't forget, next Friday night kicks it off, Star Wars. How could you kick it off any better but with Star Wars? Thanks again for coming in, and continue the great work you're doing.
Thank you,
We
sir.
appreciate you being a part of the community.
Glad to be here.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with Kevin Merrill as the Rotary Club of Harrison continues with their car giveaway.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our guest in the studio today has been here numerous times, and actually we do some advertising shows with Kevin Merrill over at Main Street Service, and we appreciate Kevin being with us today. Thank you so much.
Dennis, it's good to be here, and fortunately we haven't broke too many TVs, so we just keep on coming back.
We'll keep on coming back as long as we can. You're very active in the Rotary Club, and maybe just a little. We're going to talk about a giveaway here in just a moment, but I want Kevin just to kind of tell you what Rotary does. They're one of many organizations that do a lot for the community in our viewing area here. How long have you been in Rotary for?
About 12 years now.
12 years?
Yes, sir. Rotary Club has, it's not some secret society. There's a lot of people that don't know, what does Rotary Club do? What does Kiwanis and the Lions Club, and, there's no secret handshake. There's no pledging allegiance to any off-the-wall thing.
Don't have to ride any kind of animal like a moose or anything like that.
Yeah, none of that kind of crazy stuff. Unfortunately, Rotary for a long time was a very closed type unit club. For instance, there could only be like one banker and one lawyer and one vehicle repair shop owner and one. So they didn't have a lot of that, and they also didn't have any women in the club. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, times have changed, and Rotary figured out that we were really missing something by not having women in the club. Absolutely. Because they're such a huge driving force of humanitarian effort in all communities all over the world. But then also Rotary realized that we needed to be more open to having multiple people from multiple facets of occupation, whatever that happened to be. And as a matter of fact, they just got finished opening up doing what they called a legislation in the club, where now, for instance, if a housewife, a homemaker wants to come in and be involved, the criteria is be an ethical person, of great character, and a willingness to serve humanity. And of course, our local Rotary Club serves humanity here in our local area. We're not combined or put in a box of just serving one particular need of what our community needs, whether it's but everything, whether it's providing a vehicle like what we're doing, mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about here in a minute, or whether it's providing scholarships and you name it. I mean, whatever the need is, that's what we as Rotarians do. We see a need in the community, and then we go and address it.
I was actually again, with these different organizations that we're fortunate enough to have here in our community, Rotary, obviously one of the most important ones here. I was looking at my sheet here, my cheat sheet. You give to a lot of different other organizations.
We do.
Maybe kind of talk a little bit about some of the projects.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Rotary, I think maybe we shared about this a little bit earlier, but Rotary is the largest civic organization in the world. And we are the largest civic organization here in the Harrison area. We've got 93 members right now. Wow. Of all different backgrounds. We've got a goal of having 110 by July of next year. So we're working on those goals, and we're really looking at bringing in young professionals. We've got a lot of young men and women that are early in their careers, that have a lot of energy and a lot of things to give. But we're definitely working in that area. But we work, for instance, with Sharing Care, Ozark Rape Crisis Center, CASA. Oh goodness, what are some of the other ones?
Boone County Special Services.
Yeah, exactly.
Special Olympics, Hospice. I mean,
Right. We work with the Salvation Army at Christmas time, we take that opportunity to go out there and ring the bells and give the community an opportunity to seed back into the local area through these different agencies. At Christmas time, we also go to Share and Care, and we help do the food distribution, which is always a lot of fun because we're working elbow to elbow with the Lions, the Kiwanis, and the other, people just in the community that want to give back. And so it's a really neat opportunity that we have as Rotarians to work with the other agencies, but to support them and to lift them up and to let them know that they're just not out there on their own, that there's another club in town that has a huge workforce, the bent on helping humanity in our area.
I know several years, I guess actually have been going on for a long time. You still do the dental clinic?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true. See, there's so many things that we do in the town, it's just kind of hard to remember all of them, but for the last 15 years, we've had the free dental clinic, and so if there's somebody that's, doesn't have insurance and doesn't have the funds to pay for it, we have our local our local dentists come in and actually volunteer their time to come in and to do teeth extractions, and the way that they can get a hold of us, if somebody out there that needs that type of treatment, they can get a hold of us through Share and Care. And we have people that work with them, get appointments scheduled, get them on the list so we can get them into the dental clinic and get them helped.
If I recall, and if it's changed, I apologize for not keeping up with it. Your clinic used to be out by the fairgrounds. There used to be the forestry building. Is that still
yes? We're back up there behind the fairgrounds. The city or county, whoever that is that actually owns that property, has leased that building to us for, I think it's $1 a year. Right. They're terrible landlords. They just charge us so much. But of course, the community is, as a whole, wants to help our people in need here in town.
There are a lot of people out there because of economic conditions or lost jobs or whatever, can't find employment perhaps or something, that need dental care. And I must tell you, this dental clinic is widely used by a lot of people. It makes a big difference. Bad teeth causes a lot of other problems, and for someone who can't afford to go to the dentist and just keeps putting it off, obviously that turns into even greater problems. I think that's one of the, not that you don't do a lot of other things, but that's one local thing that you do that touches a lot of lives.
It has. Over the past 12 to 15 years that's been going on. We have served literally thousands of people that have come through those doors. Some of them are repeat customers. They've been there before, and now they've got an additional issue or whatever. But it is such a neat avenue of service that we have here in the community.
I know something that you've like several organizations do. You still do scholarships, I think, for seniors and stuff.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
And and our scholarships may be a little bit different than some others. We work with the school counselors. We have a committee that gets together and goes over the different students that are interested in higher education. And maybe don't have the funds, but we're looking for those kids that have great character, that have the willingness to serve, already in the high school level at their age. They're already seeking out ways to serve the community, and maybe they're hurting a little bit financially or just needing a little bit of a hand up, not a handout. That's something that Rotary is really big in. We're not into just let's just blanket this problem with money. We want to find out what the need is, and then we want to make sure that we're funneling our funds and our energy to people that are willing to help themselves but just need a hand up. And we're not interested in helping people that just got their hand out saying, give me. That's not what Rotary's about. Rotary's about good character and helping those people.
And obviously those people, by doing that, they build self-esteem.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just a handout, it's a helping hand.
Absolutely.
There's a big difference.
And Rotary is a worldwide organization, and whenever you get beyond the club level, which is what we are, I just came back from a district conference where our district is comprised of Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. And so we've got one of the larger districts in Rotary International.
Wow.
But we work internationally with other companies or other countries that are maybe they need a water well in their community because they don't have access to water. Maybe it's education and health care for a mother to be that doesn't have the ability, to go to a hot. These are people that are living in a hut, with dirt floors. We're reaching out to those people and helping them. We do the Dictionary Project and literacy, all those different organizations, all those different humanitarian things that we try to help
touches a lot
with.
of people. Rotary in Motion. Let's talk about. We've got about 3.5 minutes. So.
Awesome. Rotary in Motion started last year, where we found a need for there's people that they're working in the community. They're trying to do good for themselves. They're seeding back into the community, but they don't have good quality transportation. And so we reached out to the different health organizations that we share with every year and said, hey, do you have a client that might be in need of a good quality transportation? And so we got some applications in, and Nancy Dees was our recipient last year. And so what Rotary did is we got a car, we did all the maintenance and repair work on it, we put tires on it, exhaust on it, we fixed the engine, did the tune-up and all that type of stuff, made sure it was a good quality vehicle. And then we were able to give that to her at Colors Day last year. And it was such a neat deal because what we asked for is we asked for the different businesses and people in the community that wanted to seed into this opportunity to give back to our community, offered them different sponsor levels. Right. And so they could come in with whether it was a $5 bill or a $1,000 donation, and they could seed into this, and then the funds we would use to fix the vehicle, and then what the funds that we had left over, then we were able to give them back to the self-help organizations that we had reached out to initially, and then also the scholarships that you were talking about a minute ago. So we're doing that again this year. We're going to be giving the car away at the end of June or early July. And we are right now still taking applications for cars. So if somebody knows somebody that is in need of good quality transportation that meets that criteria I was talking to you about, as far as good quality character and not somebody looking for a handout, but somebody looking for a hand up, they can contact me at 391-9639, and I can get them an application.
Still looking for sponsors?
I'm still looking for sponsors. We're definitely looking for people that want to give into this opportunity and to give back to the community. And whoever, we've got the different sponsor levels, whether we came up with like an oil change sponsor, tune-up sponsor, tire levels sponsor, transmission and engine sponsors. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a full-page ad, and acknowledge everybody that has given and seeded into this project. So they'll be given proper recognition for, for helping out in this project.
Just real quickly, what levels, where do you start at kind of with sponsors? At what dollar?
Well, the $50 to $99 is the oil change sponsor.
So you go from 50 kind of up.
Yeah, but if Dennis, if you want to give me $5 for it, I'll take it.
Any money would be appreciated.
Oh, absolutely,
obviously.
Absolutely.
So, well, I tell you, that was last year, if I recall. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it a teacher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lady who didn't have proper transportation, who actually was in the educational system here at Harrison, in the Harrison School District, won this car, and it was quite a thing. I know it was quite an emotional thing.
Well, it was. She was a single parent. She's putting her daughter through college and everything. So it was awesome.
That's great. Kevin, it's always good to see you, and I appreciate you coming and talking to us about Rotary in general and about Rotary and the Rotary in Motion program, where they're going to give away an automobile. Help them out if you can. They're definitely going to pick someone who needs transportation and will put it to good use. So if you can help the Rotary, they would appreciate your donations. Whatever the amount may be, give it to them, and they'll make it go to a good use. Kevin, as always, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Dennis, thanks for your help and your support.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us on Connection today. We hope we brought good information to you, perhaps something you didn't know about. Join us each week as we come into Studio B and talk to different people and different organizations on Connection.
Here's another satisfied client from Dental Creations of Harrison.
My husband and I both needed to have dentures. I had looked online and we saw a picture of Wanda, just something about her. I thought this is the place we're going to do. And I called in and spoke with Dave, and he was just tremendous. He answered every single question the first call and told us what our copay would be. It was just an awesome experience.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.